Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Mad Trippin'. It is day 4 on our Riverside Campground trip. It is 9 o'clock in the morning, April 22nd, 2022 on a Friday. And it is about in the mid 60 degrees here. It's a pretty nice overcast day. So we're ready to get this day started. Are you ready? Let's start tripping. It is 8:36 a.m. Excuse me. Ooh, day 4. I usually don't wake up this early on these trips. I mean, there are times when I'm at a sink that I'll wake up this early. But 9 or 10 a.m. is like where I'd want to be, especially on these trips. But I need my good 8 hours. I did not get a full 8 hours last night. How did I sleep? I actually probably slept a little bit better than I did the night before. But kind of uncomfortably so. I woke up a couple of times where I had to kind of switch and move and couldn't go back to sleep right away. And I can usually go back to sleep right away when I wake up, when you're comfortable. But it took a little while, so I didn't get the proper sleep, I guess. But I'm all right. It's going to take me a little while to wake up. I'm not too crabby. It was worth it, I think, to have the tent already put away, packed up, so I can just relax on my last day here and then get up and go do a little more filming on the way out. It's beautiful. It's an overcast morning. It didn't get too chilly in the tent or in the car. I just used this comforter here. I didn't have to use the sleeping bag or the other blanket. Right now it's nice and breezy out with an overcast day. It's nice. It's got a little bit of a chill in the air. Not enough to have to put my jacket on, I don't think, but it is so nice. So am I miserable? How miserable am I on a scale from 1 to 10 after sleeping in the car? I would say, it's actually a 3. I'm at a 3. I mean, I just don't like waking up and getting ready and doing all that stuff that you have to do in the mornings. Not a morning person, but I don't feel too bad. Let's take a look at the outside. It's pretty nice. Got the door open, kicked open there. Just enjoying the breeze, cool air, the fly that flew in. That's not going to last too long before I have to go get up and start moving. The little fly will be my motivator to get out of the car. But it's a nice, beautiful morning. So in a little bit here, I will get started. 8:43 a.m. on Friday, April 22nd, 2022. Do a quick panorama of the morning. Here at 8:49 a.m. Ooh, the sun's shining through down there. You can see it through the mountains towards the lake area. But it is an overcast day. A beautifully overcast day. Nice and breezy. There's definitely a chill in the air. You might want to be wearing a little bit of a jacket right now. I kind of like it, so I don't need to put mine on. It could sprinkle and rain. Those clouds are just almost right at the level. It could give a little rain to us, but I don't think we're gonna get any rain, but it could. Later on today, I don't know. I don't remember seeing calls for it. I do remember them saying that it would cool down this weekend. So it only took me about 10 minutes after I cleaned up my camp last night. I'll give you a little view here, but it only took me about 10 minutes to get everything put away in the car. I still have out my chair, my table, the trash can to pick up any trash I see around the camp. I'll clean it up. I still got to get my lantern out of the tree. I'll turn around here and show you. My lantern's in the tree. I don't want to forget that. I've had that for a little while. My table, let's see, not my table, their table, my cooler. This, I could stay tonight if I wanted to. Technically, I planned for it, but I burned more wood than I usually would have last night, being by myself. I burned a lot less wood than I would have if Midnight and a couple other people were here. That's the pile I have here. That would be a nice, maybe maybe I could get an hour or two out of that. Those logs on the left there would burn fast. That one that's already burnt, he would take a little while, and some of these pine logs would take a little while. Not this one here. That would probably burn pretty fast, so I would say I could get an hour, maybe two, in that range out of that. But I want to be home tonight, get this stuff downloaded, start editing. I'm looking forward to it. It's a beautiful camp. The camp is pretty much already cleaned up. Something just fell over on my trash can. Wind blew it over a little bit. I'm going to go around right now and pick up little pieces of trash like this that I see. There's something over here. You never know. It could be mine, could be somebody else's. The wind's blowing, so stuff's blowing around. But like I said, wind's blowing around. Go down here. But like I said, you always want to leave the camp better than what you found it, right? So when the next person comes around, they pull in, they have a nice campsite to jump on into. It's windy. I'm sure you can hear the wind blowing through the speaker. That might even be messing up the sound for me. I don't know. I'll find out when I get home. It's absolutely beautiful out as far as I'm concerned. I'm going to go out to the road here and do a panorama here. Let's go this way. That way I can get a good look at my camp. But here's a spot I warned you about. It's got the little bit of the deep sand in it. Be careful. Even up where I'm walking, you can see right here, it gets a little thick. You can get a tire stuck in there for sure if your car's weighed down. The motorhome campers are still there. The lady with the dog left early this morning and slept right through that. I didn't even hear her car start up. So I think what I'll do right now, I'm going to try this panoramic mode on here and take a picture. So how am I feeling today? I'm actually feeling upbeat. I don't feel that miserable. And usually I'm, having to sit for a while and wake up. I actually feel kind of good. Usually on the last day, of course, that's usually on a Sunday. Beat. I've been out here for almost a week. The sun, fighting the elements. This is kind of a good sign for me that I really want to do this channel, because when I woke up this morning, the first thing I did was grab the camera. I'm excited about going out and doing a little bit more filming and not just heading straight home to where usually I'd want to head straight home by now. Get the stuff in the car and just load up and go. I'm tired. I want to go home, take a shower, watch some TV. But I don't feel that way today. I actually want to stay here a little while and go out and do some filming, and that's kind of a good sign. That lets me know that maybe I'm on the right track here, that this is something that I want to do, which is important in life, to find something that you enjoy doing. And if I can make money at it, doing something I enjoy do, that's it, right? You made it. You've done it. So I'm going to walk around here right now and just take some pictures of the old campsite. I am a little saddened. Not really sad, but it definitely brings up the memories of the good times I had down here with everybody. I think the sad feeling comes in a little bit knowing that it's probably my last time down here as a full trip like that. Maybe not. You can never say never. If the weather was like this all week, it would have been beautiful. I like a little overcast like this. The wind, of course, will get to you still, but I like the overcast and the chill. It wouldn't have been so hot. So the next time I come down here for maybe a weekend, when I come down to do some filming just to see the old place, I might try to do it when it's a little bit colder, so I'm guessing let's see, April's when we're in. March, even March though. March is spring break. It can get a little warm down here. In February, you really kind of can't plan it, I guess, for the weather. The weather could change in February on you. But maybe next year, I don't know, this year actually, in maybe late November, maybe after Thanksgiving. December, it might start to get a little too chilly down here. November, you know, is off and on. You never know. It could be a warm November. It could be a cool November. October, I know August is too much. I've tried to do August on my birthday. It's too much. It gets too humid. The monsoons came in the time that I came down here and just rained. I couldn't get out to set up the tent. Yeah, maybe I'll try to come up in November just to get a shot of the campsite. Maybe for just even a day trip. But I like it when the weather's like this, when it's nice and cool like this. You know, you can have a campfire right now, and except for the wind. It'd be a little too windy for me. I'm a nervous Nelly, but you know, with this type of temperature, you could have a campfire during the day, and that's kind of nice to do when you're out camping. Of course, you got to bring a lot of wood for that. If you're going to burn a fire during the day and at night, you're going to need to bring a lot of wood, with no doubt. So until I get started on the other videos on my way out, I'm going to go around, just take a couple pictures. Let's go over and look and see how our cooler's doing on day 4. On day 4. Open her up. Just get a little low. It's still holding up. This would definitely last till tomorrow, especially on this overcast day. Let's take a look at this bottle of water here and see how it's doing. And I would say that bottle of water is still completely frozen. Down at the bottom. That helps the ice not melt as fast. So I would say you're doing pretty good. This would last till tomorrow. And then tomorrow it would be done. If it was hot today, I still think it would last till tomorrow. Like I said, we always had somebody that come up, Jimmy, Bobby, bring up an extra bag of ice for me. But actually, I think even drinking that today, putting that in my cup and over my soda. But I even think using all that ice in my drinks, there'll still be plenty of ice there to keep everything cold for tomorrow night. And then cook everything up and you're done. You don't have a lot to take home. That extra bag of ice or two they'd bring you would definitely help, especially taking the stuff home on Sunday. But there's still 4 or 5 good bags in there, so that is a great cooler to get. Highly recommend getting that Coleman cooler. They have a newer one out, like I said. It's a little bit longer, lasts 7 days or something like that. So there's my recyclables. I got to bag up. I'm waiting for the ants to do their thing before I shake them all out of there. We got some firewood left over for another camper that comes in. Went around, picked up trash. Campsite looks pretty nice. It's time to start heading on out. Clouds are clearing away. The sun's getting ready to start coming out. It's time to clear out and go take some video of the dam, so I'll see you then. It is 9:31 a.m. The sun is just getting ready to start coming out towards the south there. Southwest a little bit, no, southeast a little bit. Got turned around. Everything's packed up. The cooler's loaded in the car. Went around, picked up some trash. I still have to load up my cans. Went around, picked up trash, emptied out my shower around a tree to give one of my favorite trees over here, the tree of woe. Make sure they get whatever leftover water that I have always goes to them. As a sign of a thank you, kind of, sort of. I mean, I just don't want to waste the water, so feed the tree or something. Just going to take a little break and sit here and enjoy maybe 10, 15 more minutes of this beautiful weather before I head down the way there and start filming for the dam. This weather right now that we're having this early in the morning reminds me of a San Diego morning. You come out in the morning around 8:30. My brothers were already, some of them were already up. A couple of them already went running. They love to go running. I understand that in those mornings out there. It's beautiful. But you come out and you sit out on the porch and the ocean waves are rolling in. And it's just got that chill. And you might need a little thin jacket like this. So I'm hoping that this is a sign that I'll be able to do San Diego this summer. Get a little bit of that San Diego weather in. I'll show you in another video, or maybe in this one if I can, all the little hidden Mickeys I keep seeing. When I started thinking about going back to Disneyland, this is what, 2 years ago now? Can't believe how fast time flies. But right as I started thinking about it, and again, it's probably because I'm thinking about it, you start to notice them, but There's little hidden Mickeys, and I don't know if you ever, what your level of knowledge is on Disneyland, but Disneyland, Disney World, they have hidden Mickeys all over the park, just a little hidden head. In Florida, they have, I think it's a solar field where they did solar panels, and they did it in the shape of a Mickey, and that you can see when you zoom in from Google. But yeah, all around the park, there's a bunch of hidden Mickeys, and I started noticing them. I'll show the picture. Yeah, I think I will show the pictures in this one, but there's a picture in the movie The Santa Claus I was watching during Christmas time this year, and when Tim Allen's walking by something, I had to pause it. I'm pretty sure they did it on purpose because it was a Disney movie, but in the cabinet area there, you can kind of see a hidden Mickey. I was going down the road, and I stopped in traffic, and I'm waiting. They're doing road work, and I look over, and there's a little shoe on the ground. It's a Mickey Mouse shoe. That car I pulled out of the camp box is a Pooh Bear on it. I was playing Battlefield. This was before I got the new one, the 2042, 2040, whatever it is, on the PlayStation 5. But I was playing on the PlayStation 4, the Battlefield, the previous one, and I would put up, I guess I kind of did this on purpose, I put up landmines in the shape of a Mickey. So I guess that really isn't, a sign. I made my own sign there. But there were other places, I'll show you pictures where I kept seeing hidden Mickeys. I thought it was kind of neat. So I think it was if you believe in signs and stuff like that, it was definitely a sign pushing me towards getting, at the very least, going to Disneyland and reliving some of those childhood memories, and definitely going to see Galaxy's Edge. Oh, I'm so pumped to start saving. I have saved up a little bit for that. A little bit of it got eaten away, but I still have some put aside that I didn't touch for Disneyland, that Disneyland trip. I'd like to get more so I could do the trip through Hollywood and stuff like that. So I'll go over the basic plan of that trip. It's a 52-day trip. That takes a lot of money. You got to figure the very least is $100 a day for a room. And then because you'll be eating at theme parks and stuff like that, I just figured it was $100 a day to eat. You can always bring that cost down a lot. You can take food with you lower my food costs and stuff like that. But I didn't want to do that this trip. Every vacation I've ever taken in my life, I call it penny pinching, which is a good thing. I'm not overspending. Every once in a while I'll buy something that I probably didn't need, but it's in the $50 range. I still have my Nike, they're not called flip-flops, but sandals. And I still have those. I bought those in San Diego one year, many years back. But I don't want to penny pinch. I want to make sure that when I go, that if I see a souvenir, I want to be able to get it. And I'm not a big spender anyways. I'm not going to see, although they have that $25,000 R2-D2, that if I had the money, I would buy that. That is awesome. But I don't have money anywhere close to that R2-D2 at Galaxy's Edge. Some of the statues that I've seen at Universal Studios that I think Five Fires covered, that he likes those Transformer statues that I like. Mondo over there. They get up into the $1,000 range. Maybe if I had the money, I would buy one or two, but that's not really what the collection that I'm into anyways, but they are very detailed and cool looking. I'm into the 3.75-inch figures, Star Wars figures, G.I. Joe. I've gotten a couple Men in Black. I wish they would do a Harry Potter release of 3.75-inch figures, to scale. Obviously, the kids would be smaller. Dumbledore would be a little taller. But I really enjoy those type of figures. I hope one day to have a huge setup of it. I want to have enough money to where if I see something that costs $50, $100, maybe even $200, I want to be able to get it. The Legacy lightsabers are going to be a couple $100 just on their own. I want to make sure I can at least get one. I don't have to have a ton of money where I can go out and buy 5 of them at once or something. But I at least want to get one Legacy lightsaber. Building a lightsaber costs a couple $100. Building a droid, it's about $100, a little bit more. I'm sure the price will go up. But I also want to be able to have the extra money to buy the parts, just a couple little parts, not go extravagant on it, but I want to be able to buy a couple kyber crystals, stuff like that, right? I don't want to penny pinch. If I want to get 5 kyber crystals or 6, I want to know I can get them. I don't want to be able to get one and then the other 2 or 3 that I maybe want to get. But I will also be just fine if I can only get one on the extras, right? If I can cut out some of those extras. But I figure $100 a day to eat, $100 a day for a room. Put those two together. Some rooms will be a little bit more. Some days you'll eat a little bit less. It won't cost you so much. So you figure the 52 days, you're already at $10,400 right there. And that's just eating and hotel room. Then you need your theme park tickets. Then you need your gas money. When I get to Hollywood, I want to go back to Madame Tussauds. So all that stuff, costs extra money. So I figure it's probably an extra $100 a day right there. So it's going to be a $15,000 trip minimum. I think when I was adding it all up, $15,000 is kind of the minimum for you just to get around, film. I'm going to have to buy a little bit more equipment, more memory, a couple more power pods. So up here, just so we know, I had, 4.5 power pods. That first one only lasted 10 minutes. That one's done for. The other 4, I've used 3. I'm on my 3rd one right now, just for pretty much charging this phone and my old iPhone, so I can take pictures today. So I have one fully charged pod left, and then maybe half of the other one. So I might buy 1 or 2 more if I was doing that big trip like that, to make sure I have one charged, especially for theme parks. What I like about Disneyland that I've seen on those vlogs is you can buy a fuel rod there. You can use it, and once you've already paid the ones for it, all you do is drop it off and pull out another one. That's great. Until they start changing that and adding more for that, I guess. I need a nice little backpack to carry all that stuff in that keeps it organized. I want to make my own backpack to make sure, everything fits in there perfectly and doesn't slide out. There's nothing like opening up your backpack and knowing right where everything's at, or your suitcase, or your bags, or your car, or your tent. Especially when you're out camping in the elements like this, organization is the key to a nice, stressless vacation. Knowing where everything is. Something pops in your head, you go and get it. 5-10 seconds later, it's in your hand and you're sitting back down. So organization is definitely the key. So I'll tell you a little bit about the trip I want to take. I have some of the videos posted from 2009. That's actually when I wanted to start this YouTube channel. It was 2009, but things come up 10 years later. I couldn't believe it, and I thought, oh my God, I let 10 years go by, and I haven't done any of this, and it just depressed me. So in 2019, I was gearing up to really hit this hard and start doing this YouTube channel. But then life hit you. COVID came around. So in 2019, I got a little sick. It put me down for a little while. Nothing to do with COVID. In 2020, right as COVID was starting to, they were acknowledging it. It was starting to become relevant in hospitals and stuff like that. Hospitals were putting up signs warning about it. My mom got sick. That lasted, for a couple weeks. It took her a couple months to recover. And then COVID hit, so everything was shut down. And then your savings gets hit a little bit. So that took a couple of years, and that's fine. It happens. I'm not going to stress over it. I'm really going to push myself to get this done right now. So what I want to do, we start off, we'll go to San Diego. That's part of the Remembrance Tour that I like to call it. The family went to San Diego. I want to be able to get that house. That's an expensive house. That's going to add more to that $15,000, believe me. If I can, that would be nice. I'll probably just have to stay at a hotel down the road and then go to the beach where the family stayed, where I took the Stinger crew to a couple of times. Stay there from Saturday to Saturday, document everything that, I used to just stay on the porch, go to the beach, go swimming, stay on the porch. A couple of times I went running with the brothers. I did my part, cleaning and cooking and stuff like that, to help out, chip in. But I want to go there and I want to relax, do a bunch of filming of the places that I used to go down to there. Crystal Pier, Belmont Park. Roger, I've never gotten a room there, and I'd like to do a vlog on Crystal Pier. The pier goes over the water. Most of the houses are on the sand part of the pier, that were underneath the pier is the sand. But Roger stayed there a couple times. He liked it because he likes to fish. So do a vlog on Crystal Pier, do a vlog on Belmont Park. I want to do my Bayside ride. That's taking a bicycle and riding the Bayside and filming it. Film my Saturday morning, what it's like when you're leaving on that Saturday morning, and how everybody just kind of, you're getting the cleaning and everything done, but a couple of us come out and just, look at the ocean for about a half an hour before we leave and just enjoy that final few moments, right? And really, a big shout out to my brothers for paying for that for the whole family. This is a big family, and they would pay for those houses down there. Normally just one, but as the family grew, you get a couple of houses, maybe 2-3 houses, plus some hotel rooms. So kudos to my brother for, those are the most heartwarming trips that I have are those San Diego trips. I love those. So then after Saturday morning, I'd like to go over to the Catamaran, spend Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Midnight Bob and I stayed at the Catamaran. My sister Liz, my brothers would get her a room at the Catamaran because she likes her privacy. She's an early to bed, early to rise type person. She's very sensitive hearing, so things wake her up, and we're up all night. So getting a room at the Catamaran was a great idea for people like that. And then she would come over to the house and spend the day with us, take some of the kids back to the hotel room. It's great. I love her to death. So I'd like to stay at the Catamaran. Midnight Bob and I stayed there on our way to Hollywood. So I would stay there. Sunday I'd like to do a vlog on the Catamaran. Monday I'd like to do a vlog about Balboa Park, where we used to go. They would take the family to go see the museums and stuff like that, just to get out and do stuff. I would preferably, if I'm going to be in San Diego for a week and you spend that much time in the house, I'm staying on the house and staying on the beach. I don't need to go to a movie. I can do that at home. I understand going to Balboa and all that stuff, but I'd rather just stay on the beach myself. But I want to make sure that when I'm staying at the Catamaran, I go down there. That's part of the Remembrance Tour. SeaWorld, do that on Tuesday. That's part of the Remembrance Tour that I did as a kid. I'd love to go see SeaWorld again. Next trip I would make over, since I'm on the way, this really isn't part of the Remembrance Tour, but I'd like to stop at Legoland. I'm a huge Lego fan. I'd like to stop there for 1 or 2 nights just to do a little vlog, see how it is. You know, the rides, I wouldn't probably be, I mean, I love roller coasters, so I would try them out, but that's not the main reason I'm going. I want to go to see the Lego setups. I don't have to buy too much. I love Legos though, so I'd probably spend too much there than I should. I would hope that I would be able to get my buddy Jason and his kids to go with us. He's the one that took his kids to Legoland for his birthday during the summer, during July. So I thought, since it's on the way out of San Diego going up to Culver City, I'd stop there for 2 or 3 nights. So I would get there on a Wednesday, then wake up Wednesday, head to Legoland, do that for Thursday and Friday, and then Saturday wake up and head to Culver City. That was one of our stops with Midnight, so that's part of the Remembrance Tour. So after Culver City, I would take that Monday up in Culver City and just get everything organized that I was filming and stuff like that. Maybe even download some stuff onto a hard drive, stuff like that, just to keep it safe, to free up some memory space. Get organized on that Monday, and I want it to be a relaxing vacation. That's why it's taken so long. I don't want to rush anything. I want to take my time and relax. I want to, I don't want to have to go film 3 things a day and just tire myself out. I want to take it nice and easy. I want to have those days like that Monday to get my stuff organized. And as the trip goes on, that'll be on a Sunday. And it just makes it so much nicer if you can do that. So Tuesday I would leave there, drive up to Santa Monica. I got the California Walk. I don't know if it's still there. I think I mentioned this in those past videos. There was I was craving Chinese food, and we were on our way back from, I don't know, I think Santa Monica or something, and we ran into this, to a 7-Eleven. Bob wanted to stop and he liked those Bud Light Clamatos, so he wanted to stop and get a couple of those, and there was a Chinese food place there, and it smelled so good, but it's in a little strip mall. I'm always weary of food places that are in a tiny little strip mall, and it wasn't that nice of a strip mall. And I walked in there, and the lady was, woo, dust got on me that time. Woo-hoo-hoo. So I walk in and the food smelled pretty good, but they had a little bit of a buffet, and I was looking at it, and I said, I asked her if they had garlic chicken, and she had a real strong, heavy, I think it was a Chinese accent. I don't want to try to mock it, right? That'd be just dumb. I'd butcher it. But in her heavy Chinese accent, she would say, no, you don't want that. You don't want that. And I said, oh yeah, no, I want some garlic chicken. No. You want the dinner menu. And I look up at the dinner menu, and it's about $4 more, and I'm thinking, oh, okay, she's hustling me, right? She wants to make that extra $4, but I was tired. Whatever we were doing out exploring. So I just figured, I'll try it. Midnight Bob was still in 7-Eleven. He walked over a little bit later and got what he wanted, but I told her, yeah, fine, I'll take the garlic chicken, the dinner menu. When I went and sat down waiting for him, you don't have that much space to sit down. There's like a small little Subway restaurant inside one of those strip malls. But I could see into the kitchen, and when I looked in there, the kitchen was spotless. I mean, the kitchen was so clean. that I was very appreciative of that. And the cook went into the your walk-in, what we used to call at the bar a walk-in cooler, but they're little coolers there, little refrigerators. Open up the door, and not only did he make the chicken fresh, and it wasn't left over and stuff like that, he made the garlic sauce fresh from scratch. And I started to realize, oh, this was the lunch menu and it was old. That's why she didn't want me to have that. And I thought that was so nice. She could have just, here I am thinking she's trying to upcharge me $4 for dinner, and she could have just charged me for that to get rid of it, right? And so I just thought that was so neat. We got home, we ate it, and it was the best garlic chicken. And I love garlic chicken and Chinese food. It was the best I've ever had. We had a place here in Phoenix called Eddie Chan's. I don't know if you're familiar with it. There's a little bit of a backstory that goes with that. He made pretty good garlic chicken, which I thought was the best at the time, until I went to that California walk. That place, I hope it looked like it was still there when I researched it. We must have went back 10, 15 times, and it was out of our way. It's down by Marina Del Rey, I think, so it's in between Culver City and Santa Monica. And when we were up in Hollywood, we'd drive back down to get it. It was that good, and we would get extra and take home and keep it in the cooler. And then we were at a Motel 6 there in Hollywood, and they had a microwave downstairs. This is how, I shouldn't say poor, but this is how tight budget I was. I was carrying one of my last, and I didn't have that much money left after this. I was carrying one of my last California walk trays up to the room. I was so looking forward to it. I get up, I'm 10 feet away from my door, and I dropped it. The hotel was clean, but I took that, immediately jumped down and took off that top layer of what was on that floor and scraped it into my bowl and figured, screw it, I'm eating it. I was so hungry. I really didn't have money to go buy a bunch of other stuff. I was on a budget that we only had a couple days left. I had to use that money to eat then. And thank God I didn't get sick. But I was so hungry, I wasn't going to let that go. That's how good that garlic chicken was, that I pulled a Joey from Friends. Or no, it was actually Joey came later. I pulled a Rachel and Chandler eating that cheesecake up off the floor. Then at the end of the episode, Joey walks in and starts eating it with them. He's got a fork in the pocket. Love Friends, by the way. That's a great show. I did get the Lego set for Friends and Seinfeld. I think they have the Friends apartment out now. I want to get that. I have the Central Perk, and then I have the Seinfeld apartment. I'd like to get the Home Alone. That's a whole different story, but yeah, I ate that. That's how good that California walk is. So I'd like to try that again. Go up to Santa Monica. That's on a Tuesday. Spend Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday there. On Tuesday, just check into the hotel, go down to the Santa Monica Pier, film the stuff that we filmed there, then go on Wednesday, go down if you haven't been there, it's awesome, the 3rd Street Promenade. What they did was they blocked off a couple of streets heading east and west, and you just go north and south for about a mile of shops and restaurants and stuff like that, walking around the street. It's beautiful. It was a great idea. Whoever came up with it, kudos to you. I love it down there. They had there a toy collectible store that I like to go into. And then Thursday there would be like my Monday in Culver City. I used that last day to get everything organized, organize my pictures and videos and stuff like that. And also it gives you that extra day in case you were too tired and you didn't get a chance to film something that you wanted to film. I always give myself an extra day in Culver City, San Diego, Santa Monica, Hollywood, to be able to go out and film that stuff. So that's what Thursday would be. Thursday would be to relax, enjoy the beach a little bit, enjoy the pier, and then go out and do some extra filming if I needed it. And then take off Friday and head up to Hollywood. Motel 6, I like Motel 6 up there. It was like $100 a night. I still think it is around $100 a night. Parking though, that's the only thing. You have to get up at the time. Hopefully they changed it. It didn't make much sense to me, but I'm sure it made sense to them when they did it. You have to get up every morning by 10 a.m. and pay $10 for your parking. So if you're there for a week, that's an extra $70. But I tried to pay just the $70 ahead of time, but they wouldn't let you do that. Then you got to take that, and I'm not a morning person, so I got to get up, go pay the $10, take the parking pass down to my car, go back upstairs, and usually by that time I'm up, so I got to go through my little bit of miserability phase, and then go do what we were going to go do. But that's the only hassle with that. Hopefully the car fits too. It's underground parking garage. It's hard to get the cars in there. I did tip the guy down there pretty well, bought him some of that California walk a couple of times when we went. So he took care of me, made sure I had a good spot. He knew what I was doing. I told him, what our plans were. So he made sure I had a good spot to get in and out during the day, and he'd save a spot for me. I really liked that guy. I tipped him very well. Very nice guy. Hard worker. They're a lot, right? And that's how you know the hard workers. They're there a lot. So then I go up to Hollywood, get there on a Friday, go film down. We were able to film the Inglourious Bastards premiere. Midnight was walking around when they did the All About Steve premiere, and he got us tickets to go in, which I was wearing something like I'm wearing now. I was so embarrassed. So I, tried to hide myself. But you walk into that All About Steve premiere, you get a free, drink, free popcorn, and just watch the movie. I believe some of the stars came in behind us. I couldn't see them. I remember the crowd cheering. I don't know who it was. Bradley Cooper was in that movie. Sandra Bullock. Oh my gosh, I can't believe can't remember his name right now. I really like the guy. He played the Sandman in Spider-Man. He was in Wings. The Goofy Mechanic. I can't think of his name right now. But I really like him. He was in it. Susie Kurtz, and I hope I'm saying her name right. I love her. She was in it. It was, it wasn't a great movie, but it was fun. And the fact that I got premiere tickets to go see it made it even much more exciting. So that was a great experience. Filming the Glorious Bastards from premiere from my vantage point, that was excellent. So that's what I'd be doing on Friday and Saturday, seeing if there's any premieres again. And then Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I would leave Sunday, so Friday, Saturday, spend that whole week just exploring Hollywood. I want to get a really good vlog on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, Madame Tussauds Wax Museum, the Hollywood Wax Museum, Ripley's Believe It or Not, Museum of Oddities. If those are all still there, I'd like to go see those again. I'd like to do a vlog. I'm going to have to figure it out somehow to where maybe get a GoPro and film it showing down on the street as I'm walking, but I want to do the whole, it's almost like a cross. You start on La Brea with the statues on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and I want to, just be able to film every star as I walk down the sidewalk. And then you go down to the right. I think it's Vine that you make the right on. You come back, you go down to Gower Street, if I'm remembering correctly, and then back down to Vine, make that extra part of the cross, and then all the way back down to La Brea. It's a good size walk. It would take a while, maybe even like an hour, but that'd be a nice little vlog. Not saying anything, just an ambiance tour of Hollywood Boulevard. Then after that, seeing the premieres the next week and the Friday, the Saturday, I would actually take that Sunday, which I usually would take. My original plan was, I still might do it, is take that Sunday, stay at Motel 6 and just get all my stuff done. But so what I was thinking was Sunday, go down to Universal Studios, go up to Universal Studios, get the hotel and just do Universal City for the day. Don't have to go into Universal Studios. Then, get everything organized in the hotel room, spend the day there getting everything organized. That way I'm already there. Wake up Monday, do Universal Studios, take it easy, do a vlog of the top half, and then Tuesday do a vlog of the bottom half. Wednesday, do my favorite rides at Universal Studios, make sure you get to Hogwarts and stuff like that. And then, this is where it takes a little bit longer. Thursday, I think I'm spending a little too much time at Universal. I might have to revamp that. But Thursday, just kind of a walk around day, make sure I film anything that I might have forgot to film. And then Friday, do the VIP tour. And then Saturday, check out Saturday, drive up to Warner Brothers, which is just down the street, do their video tour. Hopefully they do one on a Saturday, do their studio tour, and then leave Warner Brothers and go back to Motel 6 in Hollywood and spend another week down there. I definitely think, so the first week would be like the Remembrance tour that Midnight Bob and I took, and then Universal Studios would kind of start off the future tours, the future, what the future is going to be, going to these places. So do the Universal Studios, come back to Hollywood. I got to say goodbye. I got, that first week, and do a little shout out to Midnight Bob for that trip. But then this Hollywood trip would be the new one. What I would plan on coming back and doing for the future type of a deal. So I would go down there and do some more vlogging. While I'm there, I'd go up to the La Brea Tar Pits. the Griffith Observatory one day, do some vlogging up there. Spend the week there, maybe do another weekend of, I want to be there on the Saturday so I can do any more premieres that they might have. And then do Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That way I have a whole nother weekend of Friday and Saturday in case they do any movie premieres. But that's going to be towards the end of August. So I don't know how many movie premieres they would have along Hollywood Boulevard. You have to go back and watch that video I did on Inglourious Basterds just to see the scope of it. They had only one lane going one way for the traffic, and the tour bus pulled up as Brad and Angelina were getting out, and they were so gracious. They went over to the tour bus, said hi to everybody. They went over to the crowd. I do have to admit, I hope they did it a lot better in the 10 years. They do have to find a better way to manage the crowd. There are crazy people along Hollywood Boulevard. I filmed one guy that kind of kept screwing with people as he's walking through the crowd, so that has to be better organized. But yeah, do that for the weekend, and then on Sunday, pack up and head to Disneyland. And then when I get to Disneyland, hopefully I can stay at the Grand Californian. That's expensive. That adds more money to the trip. But if not, there's plenty of hotels around Disneyland you can stay at. The reason I want to stay at the Grand Californian is because I want to make it as relaxing as possible. I don't want to have to walk a far distance or take a cab or an Uber to get to Disneyland. My next best option besides the other two Disneyland hotels, which are a little bit cheaper, the cheaper one would be, if you can, I think it's a Best Western right outside the entrance to Disneyland, and that would be on the east-hand side of Disneyland. And there's a Best Western right there. It's about $100 to $200 a night, depending on the time of year that you go. I'm sure it gets more expensive during the peak seasons, but stay there. That way it's not that far of a walk over to Disneyland. But stay at the Grand Californian Sunday. Maybe do a vlog on the Grand Californian, do a vlog on downtown Disney, go to the Lego store, do a little bit more shopping I don't need to do. Go to the World of Disney shop outside there, do a little more shopping I don't need to do. Just do a vlog on downtown Disney for that day. And then Monday morning, I want to do that. I'm not an early person, but I want to do it once, at least once, maybe twice, once for California Adventure, once for Disneyland. But Grand Californian has an entrance that leads right into California Adventure. So I want to get up early, vlog that. So I would go to bed early, Sunday night, Monday wake up, vlog what it's like to go into the park early. Probably go back to the hotel room and rest. Go back at night. I want to see Cars Land at night, Avengers Campus at night, the Big Wheel. I want to go on that at night. So I would do a vlog during the day, do an ambiance tour of it during the day, an ambiance tour of it at night, where you just walk around and hear the sights and the sounds. See the sights, hear the sounds. So that would be Monday. Then Tuesday would be, the best rides, some secret details, stuff like that, vlogging in California Adventure. That'd be Tuesday. Wednesday would be very slow and methodical, but going through Main Street. If I can't make Galaxy's Edge that day, I'll save it for the next day, because I'm really looking forward to that, and I want it to be, where I can spend some time in there. But Wednesday would be, the plan was Main Street, Fantasyland, Toontown if it's open back by then, and then over to Tomorrowland, Star Tours, love that. And then if the day's still going good, I'm not too tired, go over to Galaxy's Edge. If I'm not, I'll save that for the next day. Thursday, go back down Main Street, go up through Frontierland first, then into Adventureland, because I love Adventureland, the Haunted Mansion, Indiana Jones, Pirates of the Caribbean, one of my favorite rides. The plan was to do Pirates of the Caribbean, have a reservation at Blue Bayou, go eat there, then go back and do a ride on Pirates again. Haunted Mansion, then back into Galaxy's Edge. That was Thursday. Then Friday was going to be my top rides, like the top 10 countdown. Just enjoy the day. Once I got all that done, Saturday was going to be, Friday, I'm sorry. Saturday is going to be for the top 10 rides. Friday is going to be the circles. So I wanted to do a ride on the monorail, Disneyland Railroad, the Mark Twain or the Columbia, get on the island and circle that, and then maybe do my ambiance tour of Disneyland, doing a full walkthrough. It takes about an hour. I saw Fresh Baked do it. It took him about an hour. I like that little tour he does there. No talking, just the ambiance. That would be Friday. Then Saturday would be the top 10 rides. I could do that on Friday if I have time, but I don't want to rush it. And then Sunday is just kind of, going around seeing what's going on a Sunday and do a couple rides, get something to eat. I have an old Dumbo pin I wanted to get checked out, maybe buy a couple pins. They do pin trading on Sundays. Might do that just for fun to see what it's like, vlog about it. And then I didn't know, I'm either going to come home Monday or I might just stay Monday one extra day and do vlogging of the Grand Californian. That's a big hotel. It would probably take a good day to do all the vlogging down there. And maybe walk into the park and do a couple of rides or something. I mean, if I stay Monday, I'm going to Galaxy's Edge. The plan is to go to Galaxy's Edge every night. I love that place. I haven't been there yet, and I love it, right? Can't wait to go do I saw the vlogs on the Star Cruiser experience. Hotel in Florida. I got to try that out once. That looked great. The guy that played in the video that I watched from Ordinary Adventures, and I just started watching JoJo's World or something like that because I saw him in Ordinary Adventures video. The Star Cruiser Hotel, Peter Kitcher, you guys did a great job on that. The guy that was playing the Imperial Captain, he did an excellent job. I think he stole the show. But it was really neat experience to do. Being a Star Wars fan, I'd like to do that once. That's expensive. That's a whole nother trip. But then maybe Tuesday morning, go home. It's time to go home. On the way out, stop by the, what do they call it, the big windmill area that they have out in California that Midnight Bob and I stopped by. And that would be kind of like the last stop of the Remembrance tour for him. Disneyland would be the start of the new tour, right? Universal Studios would be start of the new tour. Santa Monica would be part of the Remembrance tour. So I've only been to Santa Monica with Bob. Hollywood Boulevard, I only did that with Bob. You'd think being a movie fan, I'd have done that a lot more. But work just... I have definitely put in the hours the past good 20 years here to where I couldn't go out and do those type of vacations. That's why we came up here. This was convenient. I could get away for a couple of days. It's still a little expensive, but not as expensive. This time, I spent some money. I bought a chair, a couple of air mattresses, food and stuff like that. So it was a couple $100 just to come up here. I didn't need to do it that way. I overindulge when I do it. I could have done it probably including gas. Gas was expensive. That was, that gets up there. So with gas and food, I probably could have done it for parking passes, $150, something like that. $200 probably at the most. I probably spent $300 total, maybe a little bit more. Other than that, come home on that, hopefully a Tuesday, get to stay that extra Monday. Stop there at the windmills, and I think that's in, where's that big place? Palm Springs, I think that's where that's at. And then head on back to Phoenix. I'm going to be tired, so I'll take that day, get home maybe the next day, the Wednesday to rest, and then Thursday start editing. And that's going to be a lot. We're talking 52 days worth of video to edit. So put one video at a time. What I'll is at least once, twice a week, do a live vlog. Mondo is great at doing that on Five Fires. Do a live vlog that would keep the channel going to make sure I get a video or two once a week. Or do a simple video that I really don't even have to edit. I can just download it onto YouTube. So you want to make sure you get at least one or two videos out a week, even during those 52-day period of time. And that's it. That's the Remembrance tour and the start of a new tour, kind of mixed in together. That's the dream. That's what I want to do. So I'm saving up for that. But right now it's going to be places like this until I can get the money saved up. But for now, I can start going around the places of Phoenix to get some videos on my YouTube channel. Highlight Phoenix. I love Phoenix. The main reason I love Phoenix is no matter when you're living in Phoenix, anywhere you go is a vacation, right? Phoenix is just a hot, bland desert, and it's a great place to call home. 6 hours away is the ocean to the west. Is it worth it? Is it worth spending $20,000 is a lot of money. But for the memories of it, to get out and do it and experience it, I definitely think it would be worth it. So I'm going to have to start looking at some of my collectibles, see if there's anything that's worth And that's just it. I have a lot of stuff, but I don't think I have anything that's worth $5,000 an item unless I get lucky. So hopefully I'm lucky and I have 4 good items, an old comic book. I'm not selling any of my Star Wars stuff. You can kiss my ass. My old G.I. Joes, I'm not selling those. I did have an old Snake Eyes I let my nephew open up. That'd probably be worth a couple $100 right now, but it was worth it to let him open it up. It wasn't one of the original Snake Eyes from 1984. I think it was 1987, 88 or something. The one that came with the Timberwolf. That would definitely be worth some money right now if I had it still in its package, but I let him open it up. I had to. It was worth it. Coley. I'm going to name you out. I'm putting your name out there now. No, I love that boy, so it was definitely worth it to let him open that up, play with it. So I'm sure if I work hard, it might take a couple of years, but I don't want to wait too long, so it has to be done in the next 2 to 3 years tops. Hopefully sooner. I'm hoping I can do it this summer, so when I get home, I'll start looking. It's getting a little too late for this summer. It's already April, May, June, July is when I would have to go. Or no, actually, I was going to plan on going in August because my family is doing a big trip to Africa. And when they get back, I get my nephews and nieces. I told them I want them for a whole week. And my nephew Justin agreed to that, so I'm going to have them for a whole week over there. That would be the end of July. But I'm going to try to push and see if I can sell some stuff, if I have stuff that's worth it. And I'll just go and do it. I would need a new car. I don't think this Honda would make it up there. The 4Runner definitely wouldn't. My brother's making me an offer to buy his Chevy Traverse, which are very nice. If I win the lottery, I'm getting a Tahoe. But I want to get out of the gasoline cars and eventually get an electric car. I'm tired of the smell of the fumes. I'm tired of the pollution. My situation is a little bit different. I was cutting vacant lots, so I had gas-powered weed eaters. I'm smelling that gas coming out there. I just finally bought a battery-powered lawnmower. I love it. It's a Ryobi. I'm walking behind it. I'm not smelling that gas. I am so thankful for that. So I eventually, hopefully, would like to get an electric car, but I don't think I can turn down. He's making me a pretty sweet deal if I want to do it. Sell the 4Runner and sell this car. Come up with a little bit extra money and I can buy that from him. And it's only got like 50,000 miles on it. It's a Chevy Traverse. It's a good deal. That way I have a reliable car to drive myself and take my mom up north to visit Sedona. She comes from back east, so she loves those fall colors. To watch the leaves change color up in Sedona. That usually happens in October. And have a reliable car to do that. And then that would give me a reliable car to take that summer trip if I can. Plus, I'd like to be able to take my mom on some of these trips I do my vlogs on so she can go back up and see Tombstone, stuff like that. My brothers did a great thing for her years ago. I'm so glad they did this for her. My 2 brothers, Rob and Paul, they took her on a trip back to Maine. She always wanted to go up to Maine. She's from back east, from West by God, Virginia. Lived in Baltimore for a little while until she moved out here in Avondale when she was young, picked cotton with her uncle. We come from humble beginnings for sure. But that was really nice of them to take her up there so she could see Maine, see Martha's Vineyard, all that stuff up there that she likes to see. She's a big book reader, so she knew a lot about it. And that was awesome of them to do that for her. I'm so appreciative they did that for her. So hopefully I'll be able to save up the money. I'm really, really hoping I can do it this summer. That's going to be a stretch. It'll probably be next summer, or maybe even the summer after that. That's kind of pushing it for me because then everything at Galaxy's Edge is getting older. I want it to be new and fresh and, go when the hype is going. And I want to be able to have a job that I can start making money to be able to save to where I can do stuff like, the Star Cruiser when it opened up in Florida, or go to Galaxy's Edge when Rise of the Resistance opened up. I've never wanted to take a cruise before. I had no interest in it. I watched Ordinary Adventures. They're not, they're beginning cruisers. They'll tell you that themselves. They're beginners at cruising. They watch other cruise people who do vlogs specifically for cruising. Maybe as the time comes, I'll watch one of those. But I'd like to do maybe once or twice. Once on the big cruise ship for, I think, a Symphony of the Seas or something now that just came out, and then do a Disney cruise ship just to try it. Go down to the Bahamas maybe, check that out, do some vlogging down there. But I spent 21 minutes, 31, is that 30? Oh, 31 minutes just bullshitting here, sitting here in the morning. So it's time to get up and go. The campsite's cleaned up. Everything's packed. I got my lantern down. I didn't forget it. And we'll get on out of here. Oh, just a note to myself, man. I've only had this happen 2 or 3 times. Pulled my back out years ago. I got out of that chair a little too fast, was getting in the car, and I had a back spasm, and it dropped me to my knees. Oh, it's the lower back. This is the only second time really it dropped me to my knees like this where I won't be in pain later. The first time it happened, of course, I pulled it and it hurt. Took me out a couple of days. Second time it happened, it took me out for a day or two. The third, and this is the 4th time it's happened. It just, kind of real quick. It's going to take me a minute to get up. But I thought I could lean in my car, but no, it didn't want me leaning. It wanted me on my knees. And when it wants you on your knees, it puts you there. Holy mackerel. So I showed you in the other video, I don't know the exact spot where that guy had his 4Runner and he went off the road there. But we're coming up to this first campsite. I'll tell you about that in a minute. This is the one where they left the trash. I didn't have time to come clean it up. Hopefully the park rangers do. That's a nice campsite. We never camped there. When I come back, I might try that one out for a day trip. It's a good sized campsite. You can get some people in there. Of course, it is one campsite, so hold on. Then the second campsite is coming up here. There were people at it the last time we were here. We'll see. This would be campsite number 10. They say there's 12 down here, but I think we only have the 10. Nope, they left. So there's that campsite number 10. I'm gonna stop and just do the old panorama for campsite 10 since I did the rest of them. So there's the road. You're coming down the one-way road. Desert off to your left. Over here to campsite number 10. You got plenty of driving. You got a nice view of the dam over there. Plenty of parking spaces. You got some nice shade here. Got a fire pit over there. Picnic table here off the chain. They probably broke the chain and moved themselves. I don't like when they do that. I don't hear the river. There are some trails where it looks like you might be able to walk down, but we'll just do a panorama real quick. This is campsite number 10. So that's campsite number 10. I don't know where 11 and 12 would be, again, unless it's those campsites that they closed down, and that's just old information. There's some trails through there, but no parking. You can see the dam right there. That is a beautiful looking little dam. So this is another good sign that I actually want to do this, because normally after a back spasm like that, back's still hurting a little bit, and I'm tired, but I'm not cranky today, which is a good sign. That is also helping. But I'd be ready to just go home. I'd be done. I probably wouldn't want to stop and do any extra filming. I'm actually excited. I would have drove right by this campsite, just filmed it, drove by thinking that was enough. And if you're going to do a good channel, just so you know, it's never enough. It will be a lot of work to have a successful YouTube channel. I don't mind work, I'm just hoping I can finally do some work that I really, really enjoy. I've always enjoyed my other work, but not fully, right? Because it wasn't the dream that I wanted to live. So hopefully I get to do that, and I'm looking forward to doing some more filming today before I get on out of here. But I was talking about that guy going off the road. This is just a reminder. Most people, and especially you, should be coming up here to relax and enjoy yourself. Wrecking your car like that, I've done it. It's not enjoyable. That guy, it's a bad day for him. It was a bad day for his girlfriend, who was just along for the ride, right? And then she had to put up with it because he's miserable. His car's stuck. He's mad at me because I won't take the risk of pulling it out, but I wasn't going to do that. I could just see his car pulling on my car and sliding. Once his car goes over the cliff, you know, if you tow it out the wrong way, my car's going to go right with it. So I didn't care that he got mad or not. I offered him food, drinks, come stay at the camp with us until they can get a tow truck down there. I wasn't going to take the risk. I don't even know how he got it out, but it's just a reminder. You come down here to relax. There's no reason to come down here screwing around on these roads. You don't need to be drinking and driving. You don't need to be getting high and driving. You don't need to be doing donuts and, you know, spinning out around here. This is just not, there are places in Arizona for that, for you to go four-wheeling, to go mud bogging, to go and do donuts and spin around, to go out into the sand dunes with your four-wheelers and stuff like that. I've never been. My brother's been to it. My brother Rob, he likes it. That's an awful lot of sand for me, and there's no convenience around there, you know, that's close, like stores, showers, bathrooms, stuff like that. But, you know, if that's what you like, to take I love those sand dunes. They look so cool. But to go over and drive on them and stuff like that, and that's what you want to do, race, there are places in Arizona to go do that. Don't do it here. Don't get yourself caught and, you know, where your truck's hanging off a cliff. I even stopped to film. I'm pulling up on the one-way road right here, but I even stopped because I'm filming, making sure no cars coming behind me and stuff. You know, don't take the risk. It's not worth it. Get home alive, right? Don't do stupid. Now, I was young. I did stupid stuff, so I'm speaking from experience. You don't need the stress, right? And it is stressful when you wreck your car or need to ask somebody for help to get your car pulled out or something. So break a leg, right? I was out here alone. There were some trails that I kind of wanted to go down and try out, but I just thought there's no way, right? I'm alone. I don't want to accidentally, you hit one of these cactuses out here. I mean, look at these cactus. I've hit these up on my mountain. You know, you get those in your leg, it's miserable. And thank God we had a dog that had him in him one time up here. It was just a little bit, so we were able to take care of him. Here's a campsite. I'm going to switch over. This doesn't look like a designated campsite, so I wouldn't designate it as campsite 11. I don't see a picnic bench or a fire pit, but you could technically camp here, pull your car in there. They already got rocks made up for a fire pit. It's on the way out past the one-way sign. The one-way sign is directly behind us. Let's see if I can get away with going to reverse here. So I'm just going to do a little quick short video of this road that goes up to the old, I believe it was an SRP house, is what I was told at some point. There shouldn't be anything there now. The road does kind of dead end up here. There's a trail that goes on for a while. It might be a wash or something that you could probably take a four-wheeler or a motorbike in. I don't know if they allow you to do that up here. I know they don't allow the four-wheelers down at the campsite. They might allow them up here. Danger high voltage, so the power lines are coming up here. I don't know what SRP used this house for. If they did, I was told that it was like a, I don't want to say a command post, but something like that, where they could, whoever was up here would come up here and watch the river levels or something and make sure they report back. Ooh, somebody was camping up there, so I guess you could do that. I don't know where you park. You're not allowed to park on the road, so. But in case anybody who's ever come up here wanted to know where this road led to, here's where it is. Last time I was up here, there was a big old rattlesnake crossing the road. I still almost have a full tank of gas. This thing held gas pretty well, this Honda. We are on day 4, Friday, the 22nd. The overcast is clearing out, so it looks like at 10:43 p.m. I got out of there at just the right time before the sun started coming out and beating down on us. It seems like the last time I came up here, they had everything torn down, and now it looks like they might have this building up here, but this building could have been here. But it seemed like everything was torn down. I believe the house was on the left, and I believe there's a pad there. Just an empty cement pad where they had the house on. But we'll come up here, and this is where we'll turn around. It says danger high voltage. Doesn't say anything about no trespassing or anything, so we'll just drive up and take a look. Oh, that building might have been there. I think I recognize it now. Little fuel storage or something. Yes, there's a garage. Fire extinguisher inside. Hearing protection required. So there's some type of flammable material or generators or something going on there that would be loud. You're definitely going to want to hear. Have some hearing aid protection. If they recommend it, use it. So right in front of us right there is where the trail kind of goes off, and over to the right, I guess if you were going to ride a motorcycle or something. Again, I don't know if it's allowed up here, so check. You can call the Cave Creek Ranger Station and find out. But the road goes that way. Midnight and I went down it once. It eventually stops and we had to turn around. It was too narrow to go. Ooh, gonna get a little bumpy. It was too narrow to go through the bushes. Just a little reminder, there's no cutting of firewood up here. You can see this dead tree. They don't even want you cutting those down. See the dead tree over there? They don't want you closing those down. No cutting of firewood is prohibited. This is the start of our fire season. I was listening on the radio. We do have a big fire going up north in Flagstaff where they had to do evacuation and stuff like that. I hate that. I hate to see people losing their homes in disasters or anything like that. So be aware when you're camping. If it's really windy, just don't have that campfire. You know, get everybody in the tent, create some body heat, something. But it's the start of the fire season, so everybody, please be careful when you're having campfires up here or anywhere. I just checked. I am getting, boy, my face is dirty. I just checked. I am getting some cell phone service up here. My messages are starting to come in. I just turned airplane mode off. So if you maybe in an emergency, I know I was telling you, I even made a sign for it. We called it the cell tree. When you get up on the road down there, you're looking through the crests of the mountains and you can see the city of Phoenix. And that's where we'd have to go to make cell phone calls in the very beginning until they got better reception up here. But it looks like I'm getting reception up here. I haven't made a phone call yet. This looks like it'd be some type of a weather station, maybe, is what I'm guessing. And it's to relay all the weather information back. There is the dam. That type of a structure, I believe, was the first of its kind. Gotta tell you, except for that back spasm there and the uncomfortable sleeping, which wasn't too bad. I woke up a couple times, but I was able to go right back to sleep. But I'm actually enjoying this. I would... Normally, if it was a Sunday when I was leaving, 10:59, I'd be rolling up the tent right now. So normally about this time, I'd be taking down camp. Now, Midnight and I, we like to be the last ones out. Paperwork here, I gotta get covered up so the wind doesn't blow it away. We like to be the last ones out. Now, that didn't always happen. Some people would stay an extra day or something. But we'd like to be the last ones out to ensure that, because I know that I had cell phone service, and then that way, if anybody broke down on the side of the road, everybody went the same pathway home. If somebody broke down, you would know that we wouldn't be too far behind you, at the most a half an hour behind you, and we could help you. So I got to admit, this is making me kind of happy, because normally I would have pulled up to this road and I would have been, there's the road that goes up there, and just kept on going and figured that was good enough for the vlog, right? Well, it's not. You need to take that extra little side road every once in a while. Go up there and do that extra filming. Get the hours in that you need to get in. It makes it a little more worth it. And it was beautiful to come up here and get some of these pictures that I took anyway, so it was well worth it. And it usually is, and I understand when you're tired like I was on a Sunday after being up here almost a week. I'm ready to go. So if it was Sunday and I'd been up here for a week, I might have a different attitude about it. But on the way out, when I'm ready to go home, on the days I'm going home, even if it's the best trip in the world, then it's time to just go, right? My tire's a little low, so I don't want to spend too much time up here. I will have to kind of cut that short, I think. but I'm trying to get an area where I can get a picture of the dam where it shows that plume of water coming out that goes right back into the river. The one on the left is an extra spillway. It's a good shot here. I'm going to take a picture of it, but I still cannot get that plume of water. I believe it's all the way on the right, facing downhill a little bit. I'm going to put my emergency brake on just for extra safety. See if I can get a good shot here beside this telephone pole. It's a beautiful dam. Switch it around. Yeah, the spillway would be right about there with the plume of water that comes out. You can kind of see the edge of the block sticking out right there. So we should, I know I've seen it before, so we should be able to get a picture of it. That is an absolutely beautiful scenic shot right there. Woo, it's getting windy. Glad I'm leaving. So I never thought much about it because I'm from Phoenix, and a lot of other people that, you know, throughout life that I met that came from other states have always told me they were impressed when they first came here about all the mountains we have. Arizona is known for having a lot of mountains, plateaus. So I'm going to put this down so I can drive and see if we can get up to that plume of water. We can't get up to it. They block it off. Can't drive up to it, but I know I've seen it, so I'm going to stop where I can get a shot and film it. Sign here says flash flood area next 1 mile. I'm guessing it's when you go down this road. It's actually for any of the campsite. I've told you the story what happened to Roger when he lost all his stuff down here. But you can actually go down here, and I think you can camp down here. Don't quote me on that. The river, you can see the tree lines there where the river runs. There's a big tree right there. That's on our side of the river. So you can kind of get close. I'm not going to go down there right now because I really want to, but the air on my tires looks like somebody was leaking something. I left here not too long ago, so I don't want to take the chance to go down there and hit the bottom of my car and start leaking something. I am out here by myself, but there's no real designated campsites down there that I know of. Every time we've been down there, it's real rocky, big open areas, not a lot of shade. Everything's kind of overgrown, you know, where the trees like this, you can't get underneath them for the shade. But maybe next time I come down here, I'll go do some exploring down there and see what it's like. Again, with my tires the way they are, car's packed up pretty good. I don't want to drive down there. You can kind of see the gravel right there. I'm pretty sure that's where you get down and you turn. I don't think you can drive too much more through there. You might be able to hike down and get a picture of the river and stuff like that. But as of right now, it's just for, they're going a little bit fast. That's the same Subaru that pulled in earlier. You can pull down there and camp if you want to, and then explore the trails and see if you like the river area down there. Maybe we'll do that next time. Again, I really want to right now. I'm kind of excited. I was thinking about doing it ahead of time, but I don't want to go down there. So it is Friday. Let's see if I can get them in the mirror. I did have a Jeep that just passed me, so people are starting to come in. Again, usually on Fridays and this weekend, it picks up pretty quick. I'm surprised actually that there aren't more people down there. It's 11:11 a.m. Maybe because people are just starting to get back into going out and doing stuff like this. That maybe this weekend won't be that busy, but on average, Friday they start pouring in. Matter of fact, Thursday night it seemed like people started coming in there later in the years and knowing that they have to secure that campsite. But right now I just saw the Subaru came in. I'm almost sure that was the same car as yesterday, but maybe not. The girl with the dogs. The Jeep came in. You know, they might be even just down here for the day trip. This is where I saw the Bobcat on my way out in 2019, so be wary. There are Bobcats down here. This is a fenced-in area, government property. No trespassing. Don't even attempt it. No parking. They don't want you parking down here. Cars come around this corner here. I cannot see the plume of water from here. If I see it in my rear view, I'll get out and take it. Here's a little trail. I don't know if you're allowed to take four-wheel drives and motorcycles down there or not. Roger used to go down there a lot, he would tell me. So that trail, when I looked at it from the satellite view, it goes back pretty far and around. I think, don't quote me on this, but I think you can take that trail and it'll eventually lead down somewhere near the campsites. But the road goes up here, and they don't want you stopping and parking, so I won't be able to park. If I see that plume of water on my way out, I'll stop and get a picture of it. So there's the gate. You know, when you come down the road, you have to make a right to go to Riverside Campground. There's the water coming out. You can see it in the video. I'll get a close-up. It seems to me, if I remember right, there was 2 of those maybe, but maybe not. Maybe it's just the one. I'll let the video run here with some quiet for about a minute. Right over here is where a woman's truck, as you come up, you'll see the rocks over there, the edge of the cliff. A woman, thank God she wasn't in it when the truck went over the cliff, but that was one of the fires I was telling you about. So I'll show you the cliff. It's a big drop. There's no reason to be screwing around on the roads up here. This is about where it went off. That's where you get the best cell phone service, so we'll pull up there. Back in my younger days, I'm actually still a little tempted now. I would have loved to have hiked up there. You know, there's some Native American ruins up there. It's a nice vantage point to overlook over the whole valley probably. But we're coming up here on that cell tree up the road there. You can kind of see it up there. That is not the official name of the tree, of course. I was actually surprised that the rangers did not take the sign down. They let it stay up there, but maybe they realized you could get cell service there, and it was a nice little reminder. But you can see out there that the starting to take shape, where you can see down through the valley there, and I'll pull up here, make sure the cars can see me. But it was right by this tree is about the only, I mean, even right here is maybe right about where it started. So there's the old tree. Looks like it's drying out and dying. We put a big old 2x4 right there standing up to let you know this is where you could get cell phone signal. We came by here one year and the board was kind of, you know, it was eaten up. It wasn't sealed properly, but it was painted and everything, but it was eaten up, and there was about half the board left. I was surprised. I don't see any signs of it now. Somebody probably took it for firewood. But there's a view of, I'm guessing that's probably Scottsdale way out there. I don't know. Let's zoom in, but you could see going out, you know, parking right here, you can see why you get a good cell phone signal heading out into the valley there. The valley would be over there to the right, past all that. That's like the suburbs, I think, of the outer area of Scottsdale. I always look back on these trips and I can't believe that they're over. I'm already heading home, and you wonder where the time went. Got here on Tuesday around 12, 1 o'clock, whatever it was, you know, and then it takes a while to set up camp. Do it slowly, get organized. Then, you know, took some video and some photos. Then Wednesday, spent the whole day pretty much taking videos and photos, making sure you rest, get out of the sun when you can. I obviously got a little too much sun, didn't wear my sunscreen. Thursday, woke up, did a little bit of organizing, took a lot of videos, you know, and then pretty much packed up camp and then did a little nighttime chat. And you know, I'm tired, I'm ready to go home, but it's just rather than just sitting at home. But we're coming up to the lake area. I'm going to give you a panoramic shot of the marina, but we're coming out of Riverside Campground and hitting paved road. If you go to the right, which is what we're going to do real quick here, and get a panoramic of the marina and the lake. Right in front of me is that reserve spot you can get. It's a big party spot if you're going to reserve it. They do so it's restaurant and lake views for the marina, and I guess they do have a restaurant here. Nice place. I seen some bikers up here. Nice place to ride your bike. We'll get a picture of that. It's called the Cove or something. You can rent boats and stuff like here. You can rent, there's the marina and the store, the boat and trailer parking. They have a dry dock. They have a wet dock. It's really nice up here. Let's just pull in and get a quick shot. General store and restaurant is, now they just built this over here to my left. It was here in 2019, but I don't know when it was completed, but it was right before that. It used to be you had to come up around here. It looks like they did some new paving down here also. But it used to be that you had to come down here to go to the general store. I guess this wouldn't be called the marina. South Cove closed for construction. I see a sign that says that. Let's just pull up here and we'll park. But right up there used to be the old store. I think you pull up right in there where they have the dry boat dock now, and it was just a little trailer for a store. The water level's low, man. I don't like that. That makes me a nervous Nelly. Let's get out and get some shots. So when you're stepping out, Bartlett, general store and restaurant called the Cove at Bartlett Lake. It's a nice little setup. They built a nice little building here. South Cove is closed for construction. It says this, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I think the barricade fell down there. So I believe South Cove is that down there, and you can rent it out for, the big party areas. But that water level would, oh no, it's not closed. They're down there camping. That water level, you can see that's way down. That little peninsula right there would be underwater. You can see the different color in the sand where the water level was. If I remember right, where those trucks are up there, that's about the limit you could go down. It's a nice, beautiful weekend, so you're going to have plenty of people out here. It looks like the Rangers truck's up on top. Take a look out. We'll do a quick little panorama here. Beautiful up here right now. I'm probably going to take off the jacket. Had a nice breeze. I can't believe how far that water level's down. Let's zoom in here. Get on the jet skiers out there. You can take your motorized vehicles out there, boats, jet skis and stuff. But you can see on that little inlet island out there, that little island would be covered up with water, and that water level should be up to that gray area on that little island right there. So the water level is down a lot, so we need some good snowfall coming from up north. Some good rain this summer and spring would be nice. A good monsoon season. I'm going to stop and take a picture of this boulder up here. There's really not much shade at the campsites that they have. These people down here, thank God it's an overcast day. They're enjoying their day out there. They have a tent, but the sun beats down on those tents and they get hot. So you're going to want to make sure you bring shade. Bring something that's going to be sturdy in this wind. The wind will lift your canopies right up and blow them out. When we were camping on the flats, Jared didn't have his tent secure. He had it staked down, but I told him that's not going to work. You're going to need to put stuff inside of it. He didn't, and his tent came right up, blew right into the lake. Thank God there was somebody out there swimming at the time, pulling down, was able to catch it. So just a quick note, I noticed as I was driving past the general store, they do sell firewood, ice, I'm sure all the amenities, what you need for beverages and stuff like that. It's going to be a little pricier now that you're out at the lake. Woo, it feels good to be home. I am home. I'm in my little man cave, which is just a glorified garage. I came home and my sister Tracy left me this little, it's a BB unit, but I don't think it's BB8. It's a different color. I think it's supposed to be something else. Makes a little noise. I think when you pick it up or move something. Very cool. That's a nice little surprise to come home to. I'll figure out. It's got little wheels on it, so it moves around. I dig it. Much appreciated when I get little gifts like that. I got the pizza in there. I'm going to sit down and rest for a minute, then I'll go in and grab some pizza, some wings, then go take a shower, and then just relax and enjoy this day. Watch the Suns game tonight. Go Suns. Woo! That ought to do it, everybody, for day 4 of our trip and the end of our trip to Riverside Campground here at Bartlett Lake in Arizona. It is Friday, April 22nd, 2022. The temperature is around, I don't know, 78, 79 degrees. It's about 11:30 p.m. I just got a picture of the plume of water there coming out the dam. I don't know, I'm pretty sure you can't see it from here. I enjoyed this trip. Thanks for watching. Much appreciated. Please click that subscribe button, hit the like button, and I'm on my way home. Please remember, you got to get up and go and never stop tripping, y'all. Have a good one.